Meanwhile, let's get...
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Flex and Rants show. Another week down. Mr. Robbie. How are you saying?
It's good to be here, man.
Yeah? You good? You happy? You feeling good?
Oh,
This is going to be a preview. It's going to be a bit of a different Flex and Rant show. And obviously, normally we'll dive into a lot of Manchester United issues, but the games are coming thick and fast. This is out on New Year's Eve as well, which is pretty much the day before the game. So it's going to act as like an Arsenal preview.
too many games, isn't it?
Too many games, man. Normally we do a lot of content kind of stretched out over the week, but it just hasn't been that. Let's jump straight into it. Actually, I'll start with us quickly, Rants. The last two games, you were very, very downbeat after the Everton and Watford games. Rightly so. They were so inconsistent. We feared the worst for Newcastle coming. We feared the worst going to Burnley. 6 points.
I'm happy with that, man. Like I was saying, with the Burnley game, it's kind of like, if we put in a performance like that after playing well, I would have been like, cool. I'd have just written it off, innit? Like, I watched the Burnley game, I still saw the problems that I've been seeing all season. That's the only thing. Like, I'm happy with the result because Burnley, they don't want to play football.
Difficult place to go.
They want to go long. Do you know what I mean? They want to give away little fouls.
Yeah.
They want to make it a horrible game. So it was always going to be an ugly game. But both of our goals were on the breakaway again. Do you know what I mean? And other than that, we didn't really create much. And it's just like, we keep scoring the same kinds of goals. Like, I was watching Liverpool. Bro, Liverpool scored from a route one.
Yeah, they
from
score
Van
all
Dijk.
different types of goals.
Bro, like, not everyday intricate football. Like, but at least there's different ways to score goals in that team. In our team, it's just, we score because of our pace. And then if that doesn't work, then it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I wasn't really happy with, like, how the football's taking shape, but I was super happy with the result. You know
I was pleased because it's a difficult place to go to. We've seen us bottle it against teams that are strong, solid and compact, and not be able to make any chances, even on the break, anything. So I was pleased with that. Matic came in, done a good job as well. It was a game for him. We spoke about that.
Yeah.
My eyebrows were up when Pogba wasn't even in the team.
First goal was a mistake.
First goal was a mistake.
And the second goal, we scored
was right
defending a free
from the
kick.
free. It's a typical United.
Typical United. Smash and
But
grab.
we got there and we kept a clean sheet going into a big game against you boys. Now, I mean, at the beginning of the season, everything looked like it was maybe starting to take shape for Arsenal. Would you say?
On the up.
It was Don Raul. We had a great. It was. I'm just saying what I saw on New Lot's thing. Yeah. It was Don Raul. Big up Don Raul.
I never said Don Raul.
We got Pepe. You know what I mean? We got reinforcements at the back. We got Saliba. He can come in next year. We're looking good. It was Ollie's going to be sacked by Christmas. I bet you any money. And it was Emery got sacked before Christmas. Freddie Ljungberg got moved on before Christmas. Not moved on, but you know what I mean. And then now Arteta, like,
It's
wow.
a mess. It's a mess. But I think Arteta coming in, I wasn't initially, like, when I heard Arteta, I was very underwhelmed. But I have to say, since he's come in, the 2 games that he's done, I've been really pleased with, first of all, the things he said, that he's going to get the team playing again, he's going to get the team, like, you know, infused and working hard and all the essentials. In the last 2 games, I've seen that. We should have beaten Bournemouth. We played well in that game. We created lots of chances, something we haven't under Unai Emery. We were playing most games against lesser teams, even at the Emirates, and we create like 5 chances and they create like 15, 20.
Yeah.
Like when we played Southampton, they should have beaten us.
Rained on you,
Right? And we've just been relying on the quality of some of our real top players to get us out of jail sometimes, right? So in the last couple of games, even though we lost to Chelsea, that was always going to be a really difficult game. Remember, Chelsea have been really good on the road. They've taken some big scalps.
Yeah.
And I thought we were playing really well until Leno made that mistake. The referee played a part in it as well, because I still felt that Jorginho, who scored that goal, shouldn't even been on the pitch. Such an obvious second yellow. So I think there was a lot to take out of that game. So things are moving on the up. It's not a terrible team, Arsenal. And like you said at the start of the season, when I looked on that squad, I'm like, that squad should be good enough to get into the top 4. When I looked at that squad and everybody else,
when everyone's fit.
But when everybody's fit. But now looking at the squad, I do realise that there are some players in that
not
squad
good enough.
that they're just not good enough. Right?
And that's what I think.
It's the same with us, though. Like I said, when people talk about squads, we can break it up. When I say 15 man, Manchester United, first 15 man, as good as any team outside of the top 2. I don't care. 15, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the starting 11... Yeah, the goalkeeper and 3 substitutes. Man, I got ballers. Yeah, maybe we don't have 25 man.
Yeah.
But if we can keep these
outside
15
City
man
and
fit,
thing, yeah.
bro, like we can
City
beat
and
anyone. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the same with their squad as well. But it's not even a few of them.
It's less than 15 man now.
Yeah.
I was going to say, don't listen.
But there's some
at the start of the season, it was looking like it could be that.
Yeah,
because if Pepe did what he was meant to do.
Who?
Exactly. David Luiz does what he's meant to do. Like,
well, I don't know, but David Luiz. But you say David Luiz does what he's meant to do, which is what? Be rash and inconsistent, which is what he's meant to do.
Yeah, but Tierney, again, is better than our left backs. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are good players. It's just that they need to stay fit.
Yeah, and the problem we've got at the moment, and that we've had since as well, that been really unfortunate for Arteta coming in, his injuries. So you saw yesterday...
You got no wing back.
You saw him playing Saka as a left back. He's never played that in his career.
Yeah.
Not even when he's...
In his very short career.
Yeah. You know? Not even as a youth player, he's never played that position. He's just literally... There's no one else. Because Tierney's out, Kolasinac
that last goal as well on the break, his head was that. He was trying. He was knackered.
He was out on his feet. Even before that, he went down and you could see... that really, if they had somebody else on that bench and could play that position, they would have took him off, right? And then you've got Maitland-Niles on the other side. He's not a right back. He's, again, a guy who's having to fill in there. You know what I mean? And this injuries... The team's quite injury-ravaged, right, throughout. There's the problems with Xhaka. Is he going? Is he staying?
Yeah, he's going.
Who knows? He was hashtag ill, innit?
Yeah, right. So there's a lot of positions in that team that need to be sorted out. But I'm pleased that Arteta has at least got them playing. It's a tough start for him, though. You know what I mean? You guys just described your last 2 games that you played. I'd expect United to beat, Burnley, and I would expect United to... Who was the...
Newcastle.
Yeah. I would even have expected you to beat Watford. Of course. Out of those 3 games, if I was a United fan going into those 3 games over the Christmas period, I'd be like, 9 points from them games, and when we get to Arsenal, away from home, it's always a difficult game. Maybe
but we haven't been able... The problem is we haven't been able to think like that all season because...
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But you should be saying, 10 points really out of those. Whereas if I'm looking at the games that we had, right... I'm looking at him thinking, Burnley 3 point. Bournemouth 3 points, which we did only get 1. I'm looking at a Chelsea one, I'm thinking... Yeah. With my Arsenal thinking on, I'm thinking, yes, but in reality, they're a much better team than us at the moment. Probably take a draw. I'm looking at you guys, I'm thinking... In reality, at the moment, probably a draw.
Right now, you just need anything. You just need something.
We haven't won a game. Remember?
Was it 1 in 15?
We haven't won it. You know what? I don't even like to think about it. It's just, the last game we won was against Bournemouth, I think.
West Ham.
Oh, sorry, West Ham. Yeah, I mean at home. But yeah, West Ham away from home, and you see how poor West Ham are. But I do see little signs. Since Arteta's coming in, but as you said, it's too early. I mean, the guy's going to need...
Arteta's a serious coach, bro. I've seen it. The first 30 minutes against Chelsea, I saw the organisation. I saw how compact Arsenal were without the ball. I saw the little triangles that he was talking about.
We were passing a lot quicker.
Football.
A lot quicker.
Like Aubameyang from the left, that's where I would play him as well because he doesn't hold the ball and bring people in. He just scores goals. Same with Rashford. That's why I have to move Rashford out.
You know what? That's a funny thing because there's been a big debate over that. Like a lot of fans saying, "Oh, he should play down the middle."
They don't understand.
Me personally, I don't mind him on the left because he was on the left last season
as well. Lacazette works harder off the ball in that false 9 position, even if.
Although Lacazette has been
playing poor, man.
No, Lacazette hasn't been on form, but one thing he'll always give you is he'll give you that press, he'll give you that work rate, and he holds the ball well. Whereas Aubameyang just wants to get in behind and score goals. Do you see what I mean? So when I saw that, there was one breakaway that Arsenal did and the ball went out to Aubameyang and he tried to cushion it down to Lacazette and he didn't take enough off it. But he's laying it on a plate for man in the box and they done little things where it was... Ozil first half an hour was mad. He was just, he's playing flip.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting... What Arteta's doing is he's getting, in the short space of time, he's getting the best out of those players. Torreira, as in the last 2 games...
But he's made Emery look like an idiot because Emery weren't even playing him.
Because Emery, he'd be put one game, he'd play him
number 10,
like as an advanced 10. Then he'd play him on the right. Then and everyone's just like, hey, the guy last season... As a holding midfielder, it's about
systems, isn't it? And the thing is, Arteta has a system, And Arteta's probably one of the only coaches, that could have had them man there out there playing that football. And even though they lost 2-1, when you look at the man they had out there, under Emery, their man probably lost 6-1.
Yeah, I think if I look at the two clubs, Arsenal and Man United, I think both of us. I know I said that. I did say that. I thought Solskjaer.
You said you trust me, Fleck.
I thought Solskjaer would be gone by Christmas. I really did, right?
I said he won't.
And I still think. I think you're 1 point off the top 4 now.
Yeah.
Well, when it's gone back to 4 now, because Chelsea won.
Yeah, but I still think both teams are teams in transition. I think both teams.
Of course we are.
And I think both teams are going to have to make a decision of just sticking long term with these managers, bar a disaster. I mean, to me, unless it was looking like relegation or something like that, we have to stick by it. We have to literally write off this season and say, right, try, because I think Arsenal's problems have been 10 years in the making.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right?
It's the same
10
with
years
as well.
in the making, our problems have been.
We won the Champions League. Glazers are in there.
Didn't
You know
reinforce.
what I'm saying? Didn't reinforce. And ever since 2008, 2009, we've been dying, bro.
It's the same with us.
Man sold Ronaldo, and didn't replace him, and that was the beginning of the end.
We've sold, as you know, with Van Persie's and people like that over the years. We've sold all these players, right? Just balancing books, This is the cost now. What's happened is now, other teams have caught up with us and passed us. It's not, obviously I think the manager as well wasn't getting the best out of the players he had, but I feel that there's areas of Arsenal's team and certain players that are playing in that team that in years gone by, they wouldn't have got into Arsenal's team. They wouldn't have got nowhere near it.
Exactly.
And these guys now are starting week in, week out.
The standards have dropped of the calibre of player that not only that you attract, but that you accept as being in the first 11.
And I think it's going to be a rebuild.
The fans' expectations have dropped as well. And
along with it,
because mine haven't, man say that I'm negative. And it's not that I'm negative, it's because I know where man should be. And it's the same with certain Arsenal fans as well. Like, when I'm looking at man, like, as much as these man love McTominay and Daniel James and all these man, I'm like, bro, if we're serious, these man, they need to be on the bench at best.
Daniel James, he's
but right now,
he's all right.
What is it? The end product's not always there. But because he's a constant threat out of what we have.
But because he's got pace. But for me, when I look at him and I look at Mason, like, Mason's got star quality.
Mason Mount?
Mason Greenwood.
Oh, Mason Greenwood.
Man's got 8 goals this season, dog. From 10 starts and 3 assists,
He's doing well.
And he used 18. He's got star quality. You see that? With Daniel James, the only star quality man he's got is the burners, bro.
But in certain games, at certain periods, it is useful.
Exactly.
But to be fair, because they are both young.
No,
exactly. But when I actually deep it, we've had this back and forth with the Greenwood situation and Daniel James. And do you know what? The way I see it is we've got 2 young, hungry kids there. They both can't play 35 games, 40 games a season each, whatever.
I get that, but the fact is, against Burnley, Greenwood didn't even touch the pitch.
Because he played that night against Newcastle, we knew.
But he's not going to start against Arsenal, so you might as well give man a 20 minutes because look at the form. Like, when man's scoring goals, they need to be playing.
He was good, but Daniel James was good against Burnley. He was.
In spells, he was.
Because that's how he plays. But in terms of on the break, he did what he was supposed to do.
He got the assist, and he could have got another one for Martial. But literally, in the first half, I didn't even know he was playing. Do you see what I'm saying?
He plays in spells.
You know, this is why I love fan channels and that, right? Because for me, as a fan looking from the outside, I like Daniel James. Yeah. He looks like every time I see that guy play, I'm looking at him like that's a big, exciting player. Man.
See,
he is exciting.
He's the kind of player that Mark likes. Do you know what I mean? Goldbridge likes them pacey players because they're a threat. But for me, I like technical players. I like players that with a bit of invention that can make things happen. Like if I'm watching you. And I'm thinking, all right, he might help us on a breakaway. Cool, I'll bring you on with 20 minutes to go. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But that's exactly, it depends on the perception because, like you said, you could go, all right, then, I'll rinse the left back for 70 minutes, whatever. Then I'll bring on a Mason who's a different type of challenge to come inside.
But he always takes off Martial because there was a chance that came over to the back post to Daniel James. If that's Greenwood, he's chopping man inside, wrap, goal, game over, you know?
I think it's difficult for us because we're so inconsistent and we want to see some consistency in the team. But to be fair, I said that he probably should have started against Burnley, but I knew he wouldn't, Greenwood, after playing 90 against Newcastle. But Daniel James did his thing, man, and like you said, he is young.
Greenwood,
he's come from the Championship. He is exciting. He is, but
Martial,
and he can only get better.
Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford have more goals than Salah, Firmino, and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Madness.
You're not comparing them to them, are you?
No, but I'm saying them three have more goals, in a worse team. There's some gunman blood. There's some gunman.
You can't compare it to them, man.
No, but I'm saying them man have more goals, than these man, in a worse team. These man know where the goal is.
Hold on, against which teams are they?
Bro, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter because
that.
them man never scored past us, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, these man are scoring goals regardless. If my three most prolific forwards are scoring goals, I'm playing them together when I can. Do you know what I mean? I don't care. Goals win games. That's something that we've been struggling to do consistently. We weren't scoring more than one goal a game. We are 1-0 United or 1-1 United for too long. And we got a youth that's bagged 8 in 10. And 3 assists, and man didn't even see the pitch against Burnley, and he won't start against Arsenal. For me, I'm trying to see him for 20 minutes or something against Burnley. Yeah. The Martial substitution was not the right one. Even Saleh Ferguson looked miffed.
Yeah, and then he put Luke Shaw on left.
Then he put Luke Shaw on. You see those things.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you not bring on Mason for 10 minutes?
But this is why I don't trust him, Flex, because even when he's doing...
he's sacked by the end of the season.
Yeah, because even when man's doing things right, he doesn't know why.
It's not fully right.
like, you know what I'm saying? If you know, Martial's the only brother that can hold the ball up in our attack. If I'm trying to... Because Burnley started coming on strong last 20 minutes, I thought they were going to score. So
did you? Yeah, I thought they would score.
Yeah, I did. Because
we were defending so well. But we just kept dealing with it.
How many defensive mistakes have we made all season? Do you know what I mean? Like, just because we're defending well, that don't mean it's going to last. You know, like that. They were getting closer, lumping things in, and I'm thinking, listen, on the break, we need a man that can hold the ball and then flick it off, and then we can transition and that.
To me, Rashford was looking out on his feet.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I know he got the goal in the end.
I would have taken Rashford.
He was looking knackered.
Rashford was so knackered, he ran past the keeper and he was just like, bro,
yeah, and
it's just too many games in such a short period of time.
And Rashford don't get rested enough.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get rested enough.
I'm worried about that game because we've had a day's less rest than you guys. And we have players who look absolutely knackered.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And ordinarily, that's what I'm saying, ordinarily we've been making big rotation. But there's so many players injured, you know. I'm hoping that, you guys are talking about Daniel James and that. I'm hoping that Martinelli will be back for that game. He's like how sort of Greenwood's he's been playing brilliant.
He's like a little Alexis, like
he's very similar to Alexis. Doesn't stop running, but he's a very good finisher, very good in the air.
The Arsenal Alexis as well.
I hope to see him back. I want to.
He's still our player. But I realise he's still our player.
But I'd love to see him back. I'd love to see him back for that game. You know what I mean? But I am a bit worried at the back because it's the counter attack of United.
Counter attack is going to be the
so quick. Right? It's so quick. But if we can play with the energy that we had in that first half against Chelsea, you know, but can we maintain that?
I just don't think that your players are going to be fit enough because it's a new style of play, innit? That's the same thing happened with ours. You start getting loads of injuries. But that press, even Aubameyang was
Aubameyang his socks off.
Yeah, I see my man win a slide tackle like in the attacking third and then built an attack. And I was like, Ross, like Aubameyang's a running ball.
It's going to be interesting to see what tactics we employ against you because, as I said, I think away from home, you guys, you love the counter.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
You love the counter.
I think we're going to be very predictable.
Pogba
should be back. Barring that, there's no real other sub issue. They've kept him out of that Burnley game to keep him going, and he should be right. They said he had a reaction against Newcastle, is what they actually said.
Exactly.
So hopefully that reaction is not being too.
He probably just felt
sore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
We always get that every team we play. I remember the other day, Bournemouth. They're like, they've got all injuries.
They're going to come back.
King's out. What's the name of the guy out? Callum Wilson's out. Then I get to the ground, I see him warming up. I'm like, what for? They said they man out.
But the thing is with Pogba, like that's one thing I had to applaud Oli on, for not playing him against Burnley. Because I wouldn't have played him.
Got kicked off.
Bro, like in a physical game like that, after playing 2 games, I'm not
gonna lie. I was like, "What? This doesn't make no sense."
I don't want to see Pogba in that team.
But I thought he could have been on the bench
maybe
to come on. But then I know I was saying it in hindsight after we'd won, it's easy to do that. But then I was like, you know what? It's just what we do as fans, isn't it? As fans, it's not our job to do it because we're not the coach. We don't have to run the team, so we do get emotionally invested in what's going on, and we're like. But Pogba's coming back. It's our best way. We need to create, play him. But when you actually take a step back, you know what? Someone said it to me on Twitter. Say, just chill, Flex. You'll be right. And I was like, you know what? You're actually right. Yeah. Let's keep him wrapped up. He's been out for 3 months. He had to go and get an operation, which people thought he was faking.
And not
Man was
just
in a
that.
protective boot. We have to. And it's Christmas period.
Yeah. Not just that.
After the boot was off and he'd been training.
Not just that. He had to have an operation because he was injured and he played through the injury, and then because he got the stress fracture, he had to have the operation. So he shouldn't have played the Rochdale game.
Yeah, and then he came back for Arsenal.
And he came back for the Arsenal
we never
game,
saw him after that.
which he shouldn't have played.
It's going to be vital for us that we stop him.
100%.
That's going to be a big job for, say, a Torreira. I don't know what the situation is going to be with Xhaka, whether he'll be back or that. But we got to stop Pogba from playing. I think that's vital, and we got to. I think how Arsenal can win that game is to basically stop the ball from getting up
supply line. We've got
three up front.
We've got Fred and Pogba that can pass.
Exactly.
It's not just.
What I will say is about Arsenal, which I think if both teams were completely fit, obviously it'd be a whole different game. Especially you guys, because you've got so many players out. That will definitely work into our favour. Daniel James going against Saka. Can be an issue, and obviously Rashford in the best scoring form of his career, 16 goals for the whole season, 10 I think in the league, or 12. How many got in the league? 10, 11 in the league, something like that.
Yeah, he's done well.
He's doing really well. To be fair, that's one thing Solskjaer did call in terms of I'm just gonna go with Rashford. I'm gonna go with Martial, and they are starting to not keep him in a job, but deliver for him.
Yeah.
And Rashford obviously going at Maitland-Niles is obviously always going to be a thing.
Maitland-Niles' past couple of games has done all right.
He's done all right, but do you know what I think? But on the flip side of that, if you are compact, because I felt like what you did well against Chelsea under Arteta is create loads of overloads.
Yeah.
So and what you've got is I saw Ozil in a 10, but then when he's almost doing like what Pep did. I don't know if you noticed, like when the right winger goes forward, so it was Reece Nelson, whatever. It's not, the onus isn't actually on Maitland-Niles to keep doing an overlap like he was before. He's doing like what Kyle Walker does for City. You drop into the central midfield. Yeah. So then Ozil can go left or right to create an overload and be the backup.
And that's what I was saying. I felt against Chelsea in the second half, right? Even though a lot of people are saying we brought them onto us, they actually they changed their formation.
They had to, they had to.
Arteta
don't have that luxury as well, because of the players that he hasn't got.
We had pure kids on the bench, really, apart from Pepe. And I thought that we defended very well until, a bad mistake by the goalkeeper. But I think that game's going to might be a lot tighter than people think. I
don't think we're going to
after the Chelsea game, I think a lot of people are looking on it and thinking that we're just going to fold. I think it's going to come good soon.
I do as well, but
Wednesday,
the energy. I'm just a bit worried about the energy of the players.
I think Manchester United are tailor-made for us
to go and get a result. Yeah,
tailor-made, because the way we play on the break, and I just think our transitional play now, with the way Fred's playing and he's in tenacity and everything, and if Pogba's in there. I just think that the pace and the movement is going to be too much for them, man, bro. And every time we have scored goals against Arsenal at the Emirates, it's been breakaway goals.
But also, it does depend what United turns up. Let's go back to that as well, because
it does.
I think we lost there last year.
United to turn up.
You know what I mean? Last year we beat them in the FA Cup. Then when we turned up, it was the game after PSG, and that was when it all went downhill from there. And we didn't actually play that badly when we lost 2-0 to you. It was a Aubameyang penalty. And Xhaka done that thing where De Gea made a mistake where it kind of swerved. But I remember Lukaku hitting the bar. I remember Lingard having a good chance.
That game, we actually Lukaku played all right. That chance, we win that game,
Yeah, exactly. So it is funny because we're so inconsistent. But I feel if the way we've been playing in midfield, especially exactly for Fred and Pogba that will be in there, I think that will help us. I think he probably will go with Lingard.
Yeah, I would.
Matic was good. Against Burnley,
Lingard's always,
do you know what I mean? He hasn't yet no goals
against us.
Do you know what I'm saying? I think
no goals and no assists last year
in the whole year.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
He's another one of these guys that he turns up. I met his dad at the World Cup in Russia.
Yeah.
And his dad come over to me. I didn't know who he. All right, he's with your dancing, right? He ain't been dancing last year, has he?
No, he's saving it. He's saving it for this. And that'll be worth it.
I met his dad out in Russia, and he just came up to me. Right, it was when the World Cup was on, and he's just in his Manc accent. He goes, we're gonna come. He goes, when are you gonna let me come on AFTV? And I go, well, you an Arsenal fan? He goes, no. He goes, United fan. So I go, well, what am I gonna let you come on for then? He goes, for when my son comes and Millie rocks at your I'm like, your son? I'm like, your Lingard's dad? He goes, yeah. And then I remember I was over in Dubai as well. I saw Lingard. He was getting into some cab. And I just come back, we were raving. I come back, I had a few to drink, and I saw him, I go, oh, yo. I go, don't bother coming out of the ground back no Millie Rocket. He started laughing. But
It could be the game for
he's
Lingard.
one. We always have these players that always. Harry Kane always scores
Yeah, but bro,
against
Danny
us.
Murphy used to do it to us.
Lingard
Remember, for
always
Liverpool,
scores
Danny
against
Murphy
us.
just bog standard baller
Yeah.
and the Danny Murphy
Always
always
bag.
used to bag against us.
Drogba
bro.
always used to score against you.
Drogba.
He was the one. Diego Costa.
Drogba always scores against us.
Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll. You know,
Yeah,
but then you guys, Aubameyang, he's on it.
Yeah.
Aubameyang's on it.
Listen,
You give him-
But this is
give
why
him
I'm
anything
confident.
in and around.
But this
Give
is
him
why I'm
anything in and
confident,
around,
bro.
man.
That's why I'm confident, because the only thing consistent about United is our forwards, bruv. They're scoring goals.
No, but you know
All of
what?
them.
Don't
Not that
worry about our
scored since
forwards.
September,
Right? I think I'm hoping Martinelli would be fit. He'd be a danger. Pepe's got to come to life at some stage,
All right,
right?
you know what? Just quickly, before you keep going.
Yeah,
Pepe.
yeah.
Talk to me about this, brother. And what's why are the managers not fancying him? Is he
I think,
taking time to get into it? Is he not doing what they may be asking in training? Because Limber kind of left him out as well. Arteta's done the same. They're going with the kids. Is that
My
the new
theory-
Arsenal or 72 million on this guy?
he's going to come in, right? My theory on Pepe is possibly they think that he doesn't work hard. So you saw like Reece Nelson when he played, he was getting
Left
up
his
and down
guts
the
on the
pitch.
floor,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was brilliant the other day, up and down, helping out. I think Pepe doesn't help out a lot with
he
the
doesn't,
back. He
yeah.
does all his work forward.
It's
So
not
that's why at the moment, when we're a team that, we're in so much problems, especially defensively, I think they're looking at it and thinking, at the moment, Pepe, you're going to come
Should he start against
you're going to
United?
come on as an impact. I think he might do, though, because I think Reece Nelson must be knackered after that game.
But you can't play Pepe and Ozil.
I'm telling you, when Pepe came on the other
Pepe
day,
knows there's too many passes.
same thing we were saying about exciting players. When Pepe came on the other day against Bournemouth, he was unreal. His close control
but you
and
got to
skills.
realise,
And
remember, Mahrez don't start for Man City most of the time because of that as well. Because
Yeah.
Pep had to reprogram Mahrez to say, yeah, cool, you're not just doing...
You have to play like
I
this.
think that's going to be with Pepe. That's why you'll see more of it.
Especially because Arteta's got that ruthlessness. He's saying, if you're not going to play well, you're out.
Pepe needs to work harder, and he will get there. And he's a bit like you guys are there praising Fred. I've heard your fans slating Fred for a long time.
But they still do that. They still don't understand.
But now he's starting to come to his own. Sometimes you got to let players develop. And I was chatting the other day to my guys, and I was saying that the other day I saw Troy Deeney, and he was telling me about how difficult it is for when players come from abroad to adapt to the Premier League.
Come over,
Yeah, because he was saying that how you just come up against so many different types of teams. He's like, play City and Liverpool, you don't see the ball.
Yeah.
He goes, then next week you play Palace, you get the ball for the whole game, but they just counter.
Yeah.
Then the week after that, you go to Burnley.
And then
They come rough you up. And then the week up. So I
that's
think for Pepe and these guys coming, they got to adapt to that. And some players gonna like that kid Martinelli, he's adapted because that's in his game. He's in his game to attack, but also to be everywhere, right? Pepe, obviously, last year at Lille, he was just used to doing his business up
just
front.
being the big fish.
And obviously now they're saying to him, yo, you're going to have to work harder. But I would love to see him start against United because I do think he can create a lot of problems there. I think he could create a lot of problems to even like Wan-Bissaka and that because I can see them fouling him a lot. And getting good positions for us up the pitch. I know Wan-Bissaka's a good player, but I just say that...
But he plays on the right though, Pepe, don't he?
Yeah, but he can switch wings. I think he can create problems on those flanks.
Yeah.
Because he's a very, very tricky player.
He's very tricky. But Wan-Bissaka is Clark, man.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying there. They might be looking at it like that. If he can get at the two fullbacks and create problems out wide there, and then and then obviously you're going to have Aubameyang out there creating a lot of problems. Or if it's Martinelli, because again, as I said, if Martinelli's fit, I can see him starting ahead of Pepe because of his work rate.
And he's been in the team ahead of him before.
Yeah, and he's a guy that creates a lot of problems, and he's very, very quick as well. He's as quick as James. You know what I mean?
Is that quick?
He's quick. Yeah,
Is he as quick as Daniel James?
Yeah, he's quick.
Okay.
And then you've got Aubameyang on the other wing. He's quick. You know that.
So you're going for a 2-1?
I'm going 2-1.
Yeah. 2-1 United win as well. So that's good damage.
No, 2-1 Arsenal. We've got. Listen, it's got to change sometime, man.
Okay.
And we have had a decent little run against. We had it against Chelsea at home as well, but we have had a decent time of it against United over the past years at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So It's going to be difficult because, as I said, I just saw a few players there. They looked a bit out on their feet, and obviously you guys are coming into it on form. You're flying high, but
we've had 2 bad games, then 2 good games.
That's what I was going to say.
We haven't put a run together, so we're not coming there how we came to you after that PSG game. That was form. That was unbelievable. Ollie was at the wheel then.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at it and saying, as I said right at the start, that the games you've won, I would expect United to win those games. Sure. I expect Burnley to beat you. Burnley haven't even been playing good this season. Yeah. Not like the Burnley of the last few years. So I'd expect United to win those games. And why they were comfortable in those last 2 games, I don't know. I think at home, if it was away from home, I'd be mad worried. I think at home, we got a chance. And it's got to turn sometimes.
Yeah, and you think that could be the turning point?
Could be the turning point. For Arteta, it'd be absolutely brilliant for him if he could get a win against United, first game of the new year, new decade. That could be the turning point for him. Okay. Because it's such a difficult start. But we've got to deal with that counter-attack, man. That is the thing. United is so quick, it's so blistering. Yeah. That is the thing that worries me. We're going to have to be, like you said, you have to be very compact.
That's our strongest asset. That's our strongest asset.
Very compact.
And against the top teams, which is on us, so, right, Robbie's going for 2-1. Against the top teams,
you've done well,
we ain't lost. Home or away, and we beat City away as well. So you know what I mean? Exactly. We got a smaller team.
That's what I said to somebody the other day. It's true. Like somebody was saying, "Oh, Tammy Abrams ain't scored against none of the top 6. Then comes and scores against us."
You're not top 6 anymore. Mid-table.
Rant, it's a horrible season.
What you got is what are you going with? He's going with 2-1 United win. 3-0.
3-1. 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're putting it out there.
I'm confident with this one, bro. Like literally, if I was putting a bet on, I'd do +3 goals scored in the game, United win, bro, for sure. Like we're gonna on the break, we're gonna sting them. Like I've seen enough frailties at the back, and the form that our attacking players are in, bro. Like you see,
we're good on the break as well,
We are, but the difference is we got a better defense than you. So
you do, yeah.
What's your goal difference? Like -4 or something?
No, you've got a better defense.
Yeah, we do. No. We have a defense. We have a defense. That's what it is.
Like, honestly, I just think in the midfield, I just think Fred's mobility and his tenacity to break up play and the transition, especially if it's him on Pogba, I just think that them balls into Rashford and into James in the channel, Martial dropping deep, I see us scoring at least 3 goals.
Okay, so another incoming. I told you next week from Rant.
I think we're gonna show out. I think that literally our style of football is built for this. Arsenal are going to play nice little triangles, keep the ball well, do all of that. And I just think on the break, the same way they conceded that Tammy Abraham goal, I could see man catching Arsenal 2 or 3 times like that.
In the process of the game, the way we play, you would look at it and think it's built for us. The thing that makes me think we got the edge on top of all else is the fact that you're so depleted. It's not even all your fault. Like, that's what it is. You're looking at Arteta with what he can do with that squad. And I kept saying to a lot of the guys here in the back when I was talking to him, because I think it was your brother was saying, nah, I saw Chelsea, they were way better than us. And I'm going, listen, with what Arteta has, all he can do in a short space of time is make them compact, make them organised, and increase their intensity. You can't necessarily just improve individuals like that overnight. So, and I think with the depleted squad like you got,
we're depleted.
It's very difficult.
If you look at the,
and I think that makes us more favourites.
The back 4 is completely depleted. You know what I mean? As I said, makeshift right back, makeshift left back, and now Callum Chambers,
is out.
He was playing really well. He'll be out.
Well, Socrates maybe be out with this concussion.
I think Socrates. I'm not sure if he'll be back.
Week, innit?
I think he'll still be out.
So he could be out. So that leaves what? Holding and Mustafi. Mustafi and Louise. If you play Mustafi and Louise, honestly, there's a minimum 2 mistakes in there. Minimum that lead to goal scoring opportunities.
He looks like that's what it's going to be.
And then Leno, if he can sort his head out, because he has been good, but he has been making mistakes
this season. I mean, I know this stat about mistakes. He's been brilliant, and that's why when he made that mistake against Chelsea. You see from even like nobody was having a go. Everybody was like, we can't even say nothing because this guy, how many saves has he saved us?
But I think if Man United turn up to the best of our ability, and you play
to the best of yours, with the players you have
with the players that you got, I think we win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Just on.
Listen, logic tells you that.
Yeah.
But it's
logic
football,
tells you that.
Literally, I'm basing my predictions purely on the players that are available for both sides.
If
it was a fully fit Arsenal team, fully fit United team, different ball game.
Yeah.
But when I look,
I am still worried though,
when I look at the midfield,
because we are still who we are.
Yeah,
which
I know.
is inconsistent
but
FC.
But the one thing that we consistently do well is counter-attack. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
We struggle against low blocks, compact teams. Arsenal don't have the discipline or the personnel.
But Arteta being a good coach, would he maybe change? Would he maybe go, actually, that is their weakness?
With young players like the Sackos, like the Maitland, now
they want to play on the front
foot. They can't do that for 90 minutes. They can't. That's not their positions. They're not tactically astute enough and experienced enough to do that for 90 minutes. So even if Arsenal do start like that, as we saw for the first 35 minutes against Chelsea, they can't play like that for 90 minutes.
The longer the game goes at 0-0 as well, I think it would suit us.
Yeah.
I think you scored about the 13th minute against them, Chelsea.
I'll say again, right, if he plays Martinelli, I just got a feeling for that youth this week.
Yeah.
He's a dangerous little player, and I'm hoping he's fit. He'll be back in. He'll bring a lot of energy to the team. Hasn't yet played yet under Arteta, so I'd love to see him back in there.
Okay, look, I've got a couple questions. We normally do a bit of a question bit on the Flex and Rants, so we put it out there on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. First question is from Mark Goldbridge. At Mark Goldbridge.
Mark Goldbridge.
How hard...
At green screen.
Speaking of which, he says, how hard will it be losing a bet to me that United will finish above them when they were so full of it in August?
Oh yeah, I forgot that bet as well.
He must have bet you.
Yeah, he bet you. I remember now. Yeah, he did. I remember now.
You know what's been...
You know what, mate?
This is what I mean, man. They had Don Raul.
Losing anything.
Turkish said, get him. Turkish said, Don Raul.
What did he say? So what did he say, how hard it was?
He said, how hard will it be losing a bet to him?
It'd be hard,
especially because
losing anything to that guy. You know what, right? He's got a little skill, that guy. Goldbridge, yeah?
Troll, man, proper.
He's honestly, man, where he does it with such a straight face. Anybody else, you'd want to punch him, yeah. But he does it with this face, like he's actually, you know, one of these people. They'll you'll feel like they're complimenting you.
But really, they're mugging you up.
Yeah, and then you take 2 paces away and you say, hey, hold on a minute.
He's done me there, isn't it?
Yeah. No, that'd be tough, man.
That's gold.
That'd be tough, and it looks like I'm going to be paying him up.
Exactly. The second one is from @Jack. He says to Robbie, do you think your defence will be able to handle our front three?
I'm very worried about it. As we've been making that point all the way through. It's a makeshift defence. Did all right against Chelsea, but then again, it was Mustafi again. You know what I mean? And he's just not good enough. And, if you back off like that against a Martial, and these guys are better than Tammy Abrahams, you know what I mean? So, we might have to score more than you score.
Okay.
Rant,
I'll ask you first, and then Robbie, you take it up. This is from @LouMason293. He says, do you think United will finish top 4, and where do you think Arsenal will finish?
I still think we won't. I still think we'll finish 5th.
The inconsistencies will still be there,
I still think we'll finish 5th. Depending, to be honest, because, again, injuries. If we can keep a full bill of health in this run...
Maybe add in January as well? Bolster?
We're not going to buy anyone.
No?
No, I want Christian Eriksen, but we're not going to buy no one. Do you know what I'm saying? I would buy Eriksen and I would buy Grealish. I don't care. I think Grealish is cold, bro. Like, cold.
Okay.
But, we won't buy no one in Jan. And I just think if we keep who we've got fit, because of how everyone else is playing, we do stand a chance of nicking 4th.
Yeah, because it is inconsistent. Chelsea will do what they've done.
I think Chelsea are done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think they are done. They will add in January probably, but I just think that when I looked at them yesterday, when I look at Tomori and all these other guys, they're not there.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I feel a bit different. I think Chelsea are good enough to get into the top 4. I wonder a bit about Leicester. Can they keep up what they've been doing? I mean, they've a couple of back-to-back, I'm not sure. They've done brilliantly, but can they maintain that all the way through this season? What if they... Because, again, you look at some of those teams, right, and like them, no injuries, really.
Unless they're playing in Europe, though.
If a Vardy got injured...
They haven't got the same commitments.
They haven't got
They
the
don't
two
have the
games.
same commitments. If they had a couple of injuries, could they cope with that?
But Spurs have been inconsistent.
I don't think Spurs will get top 4, and it's not just because of the...
But look at Chelsea at home. They're just inconsistent.
But I think Chelsea are a better team than Spurs. I do. I think they've got a good team. And
I think if Spurs don't get top 4, it's Jose out, blood.
Yeah. Oh, imagine. The second part of the question. The second part of the question. I'll come to you in a sec. Where will Arsenal finish? Will Arteta start to get it right?
Raw, we're running out of spaces, actually, because I'm thinking Liverpool, Leicester, Man City, raw. That fourth is anyone's.
Yeah, of course, of course.
That's anyone's. If I had to choose between us, Arsenal, and Chelsea for that fourth spot, I'd probably have to give it to us. Like, I would, because I think we're better than them.
So we will get top four then?
I'd say for me, personally, yeah, as an Arsenal fan, obviously, I think we've got no chance of getting the top four. It just, you know, we have to write off this season. It happened to you guys before it's happened to, I was at Chelsea, I remember a few years ago, they finished about, I think, all I want to see us do from now till the end of the season is improve, right? And just like consolidate until, you know, just keep improving and then get to the end of the season. And then we can hopefully, you know, make some good signings and try and get back to where we should be. You know what I mean? But I think at the moment, it's a weird one because somebody was pointing out to me yesterday, they was like, well, a few weeks ago, everybody said Man United had no chance on top four. Yeah. And before the Chelsea game, you're 1 point off it.
It always happens.
So, you know, you can just go on a run, but I just don't think at the moment we have the personnel, if I'm looking at it honestly, to get, when I see the other teams like, you know, they're up there in and around it, you guys, Leicester.
Wolves and Sheffield United.
Wolves are they're
not dropping off yet, bro.
You know,
they're not dropping off yet.
Wolves are a very, very good team.
Proper outfit, mate.
Very good team.
So
I don't think, we're not going to get top four this year, but if we can just start improving, it's been a horrible season. Consolidate, start improving, start seeing progress.
Foundations for next year.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you guys for watching. Rob, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to do some stuff on AFTV as well.
And hopefully we give you some licks.
Boy, drop your views in the comments in the boxes below regarding everything we've spoken about in this in today's show. Let us know your score predictions, your predicted lineups, and which manager you think is going to be the most successful, Arteta or Solskjaer.
Long-term Arteta.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Arteta will be at Arsenal longer than Solskjaer's at United still.
All right, cool. Rants, socials?
At Rants and Rants on Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs, boy.
That's right, you know where to find this guy.
I broke the internet again yesterday. It's all good, you know what I mean?
This guy.
Presents, blood.
Always looking for it, innit? Always looking for it.
Always. Between me and Goldbridge, that's why we're probably like the most hated channel, because bro,
it's because of you lot. I'm there just trying to be normal, and then you imagine working with Rants, and you got Goldbridge on one side and Rants on the other.
Just drawing people out, left, right, and
centre. Oh yeah, you got DT too. Yeah, true. So me and Robbie are the normal ones.
When it comes to drawing people out, man, I think me and Goldbridge edge it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm Flex UTD across all of the socials, and more importantly, make sure you're following the United Stand as well across all platforms. And I don't have to tell you to check out AFTV. You're probably already doing that, but if you're not, make sure you guys are doing that. We will see you guys on New Year's Day, hopefully popping some champagne after 3 points at the Emirates, having a little Strictly Come Dancing with Jesse. Peace.
Yeah.
Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.